What's going on? It's Robert Kelly here, and I want you to join my Patreon. I got this.
Why is Andrew Schultz sitting like a lesbian?
I got that.
Take a look.
This too.
Oh, what's in the box?
Dude. Oh, whoa. I've been waiting months for this. And check this out. Oh, no. All right, we have a special guest coming in. Your background, what is that?
Hold on a second. Somebody's teasing me. Hold on a second. That's not my fault. Okay, sorry.
This is on there.
I think we definitely empowered trolls. We gave trolls a template for how to nail each other.
And this.
Less titty challenge.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Did you break your bed? It don't matter. I think that's it. Nope, you get this too. Dude.
It's always been fun to be friends with you doing stand-up comedy all these years.
So hit the button, click it, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. You'll thank me later.
Patreon.com with Robert Kelly. I talked to Uncle June and Johnny Sheck the other day. It's good for business.
I want to tell you about a amazing company that me and my wife found. We've been going to New Hampshire for the last 30 years, vacationing, and we love it up there. We've been renting, and we've been a guest, and we've always wanted to own, but we couldn't afford it. It was just out of our reach until we found Tiny Homes of Maine. This company is amazing. It's a husband and wife. It's a family-owned business, and they make the most amazing tiny homes on the market. They're built to withstand Maine winters, and they look amazing. They're fully customizable, and they have 3 different sizes. You should check them out. If you're thinking about, having a second home or maybe downsizing or, just having an office, go tiny and go to Tiny Homes of Maine. The company is amazing, and they help you every single step of the way, from finding the right one for you, from making it from the ground up, and to finding about the laws in your area and financing. You couldn't go with a more amazing company and a more amazing family than Tiny Homes of Maine. Yeah, baby. We're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude? Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show.
YKWD.
I started social media and podcasting. The fact. The YKWD podcast.
YKWD's back again.
Old school, back in the day, where it all started, before them all.
YKWD.
This podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules. Shut up. You're ruining this.
Where's the bandana, man?
Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR.
That's what this podcast does.
Is there any better show? This is the original.
Dude! Hey, I only have one ear can. I only got sound in one ear. Is that normal? The jack? My jack is off. Yeah! Right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Should I look in the camera the way Bob does? Yeah, absolutely. Hey, folks. Wow. Here we are. Dude, this is going to be a shit show, dude. No rules, just fucking whatever, dude. This is Joe List, guest hosting the You Know What Dizzle podcast. And let's be honest, I'm the one that's been making this show great for the last 10 years, and I apologize for not being on when I'm on. Thank you, Steve, for laughing, because it made it seem like a weird thing. Bobby's on the road out there with Ron Hirschberg, getting along swimmingly, I'm sure, and Louie, of course. And I got some guests. I brought in my own special guests. A lot of times you're watching the show going, who the fuck books this show? Well, this show is booked by moi. Menage a trois. We got, I'm going to go right across. Usually when Bobby doesn't know someone's name, he'll go, hey, Steve, introduce everybody. It's really funny. That's how you know Bobby doesn't know who's on the show. I got to give everyone nicknames too. We got Steve Big Dick Rogers. You already have one.
There we go. Perfect.
Whoa! Big piece. Yeah. You know about this?
No.
Oh.
Steve's got a big, thick cut, which I started this rumor on Tuesdays with Stories because Steve is such an unassuming little piece of shit. And I started saying, wouldn't it be funny if Steve had a huge cock? Then right around the same time, his girlfriend, comedian Caitlin Palufo, who kills harder than anybody in the city, started doing a bit about how her boyfriend has a big cut. She confirmed my rumor.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's a for real thing. See, I never see. Have you? This is the most timid big dick dude I've ever seen in my life.
But then he doesn't text people back.
Because he
That's
has
why.
Oh my God.
He's got PDE.
Just got to the bottom of it. That's why.
Yeah.
That's where the big dick energy is being tunneled through is text messages.
He doesn't get back to people. And this is, of course, Sean Donnelly, who everybody knows.
Whoa!
What's your
Superstar. Middle class of comedy superstar.
Yeah. Blue collar face. What's it called?
Manual labor face.
Manual labor face.
But
yeah.
blue collar face should have been what I called it.
Blue collar face. And then Isabel Hagen.
I knew you were going to say that.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you?
That was my nickname for myself. I'm like, Isabel the
Did you really know that? Am I predictable? Do I suck?
Yeah, it's very predictable.
Oh, jeez. Well, Isabel Hagen, welcome to the show. Have you been on You Know What Dude before?
No, I don't
And
know.
you're a friend of Bob's.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little hurtful, Bobby. And you've never been on either.
I've never been on, but I've never met
Wow.
Bobby.
Oh, you never have?
No.
Oh, no
He's
kidding.
a sweetheart of a man.
I'm a fan, but I've never met him. Yeah.
Are you a fan?
I am. I would watch Tourgasm when I was a kid.
We just rewatched it during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I'll just, that's it. I'll just say that. It is quite a program. It's great.
He was one of my favorites. It was him and Goldman, obviously, were my favorites.
There is a thing with Goldman in it where, and I love Goldman, we're buddies, but they have a thing about how they call out Goldman for being late. And it's actually a great conversation where they're like, I think it's a little bit on purpose if you're perpetually late a good amount of time. And I'm like, I actually believe that. I think it's a power play at times.
I heard, well, we're on the regulars of this podcast are me and Dan Soder and Louis J. Gomez, of course. And Louis is always late. He's never not late.
Yeah.
And I heard a thing or read a thing about, because it used to drive me crazy. I mean, it's still annoying, but I heard that a lot of times those people, it's not a fuck you move. They just think they can do more than they are able to. Like they genuinely believe I can go drop off my kid, brush my teeth, pick up a coffee, and get to the West Village in a half an hour, and they just can't.
Their time perception is way off.
Right.
Right. Okay.
That's what I heard.
Now, is that could be one of the reasons, but you don't think I'm not talking 10 minutes late. I'm not talking like even 15 minutes late. I'm talking people who are like, you're like, hey, I'll meet you here. And they're like an hour and a half late. Like that's like insane to me.
No, it drives me crazy. I mean, I am the exact opposite. I am like pathologically, compulsively early.
Me too, 100%.
Yeah. I spend most of my life just walking around being like, this is too early to show up. It's psychotic.
Yeah.
Before I started doing road comedy stuff, or even in the beginning of it, I would show up to the airport like 3 hours early. Like I would, and even when I think I'm going to get to a place, like I'll get there 10 or 15 minutes late. I get there exactly on time. When I think, my perception is I'm going to try to be relaxed, and then I still get there exactly on time or early.
I'm the same way. Isabel?
I oscillate. Sometimes I go through late periods, and I think it's like a compulsion.
That means you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I am. No, like where, you sort of think like, oh, I won't be late. That's sort of the thing. Oh, I think I can get more done than I can.
Right.
But it feels like a compulsion more than anything. Because I'll tell myself like, okay, don't be late this time. And then I'm like even more late.
Oh, wow.
You know?
See, I'm hearing a fan all of a sudden. Are you guys hearing that also?
Yeah, I
like
hear it. I don't know where that.
I heard.
I don't know if the audience
is
here.
it this fan? Maybe it's this fan.
It doesn't sound like a fan. It sounds like somebody's whispering in my ear. Like I just got a hard on. Like it sounds like somebody's like,
Maybe it's an apparition.
ooh,
Some sort of ghost.
Oh, a ghost. Maybe it's the ghost of Bobby Kelly's past. But don't you have? I
It's the
imagine
Tourgasm ghost coming back.
I imagine you, Isabel, and I would have thought Steve, although we're figuring out more about him with his big dick energy and not text people back.
Oh, my
I have this
God.
thing that I'm like, everybody will hate me if I'm late. And my therapist says, he's like, you're not considering other people's feelings. He's like, I'm not going to hate you if you're late. I know you. I know who you are.
Yes.
That's partly why I have a hard time with the texting and being late. I'm afraid of people hating me. Sometimes I work myself up so much with the texting that I'm like, I don't know how to answer this because I can't do the thing they're asking me to do, and they're going to hate me, that I overwhelm myself and put it off.
I get that. I've done that before where I have to contact somebody and I'm like disappointing somebody a little bit. I think it's I'm like a magnetize it. Magnify.
Okay,
I'm fried.
That's why you need to see my dick.
I magnify it by like 10 times, thinking, "Oh my god, they're just gonna hate me forever."
Right.
Yeah, I'm
They're
the
gonna,
same way.
and they're gonna and be like, they're gonna tell me they're disappointed in me, or they're gonna yell at me like
Right.
in a weird, like terse way.
And I'm learning it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that if I worry that people are going to hate me by my reaction to their text by not responding, it makes them hate me.
Well, let's go over it because I texted you 2
Yes.
times in a row.
I
Wow.
know.
Wow.
And I couldn't make either of the things, and I felt bad. And then I was like, I got to tell him I can't do it. And I was worried about responding to you, and then I never did. And that's the short version.
That's
you know
what
you have
Norman
to say
does
no.
that.
It makes you anxious. So you're like, I'll put this off. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I think it's going to make me feel better, and then I forget to respond, and then this happens.
Do you want to be in Norman territory? Do you want
No,
to
I don't want to have a reputation of not texting.
So it's
Norman is-
negative.
Sometimes I'm gonna respond right away. I'm like, that's too desperate to respond right away. And then I
Right.
forget about it. So then I leave like 2 days later. I'm like, fuck.
I've done that. I've done that where I wait because I think I shouldn't answer right away because it seems desperate. I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, and you don't want to be like a person that's just on their phone constantly.
Yeah.
I have this thing, especially with you. We text a lot about our mental health problems. Sometimes I'll look at, and I used to have this with my wife more too, is that I'll look at just not reread the text, but just look at the sizes. And my texts are like this long, and then yours are this long. And I've had that before. You just go through, and you're like, we're
at all
working on
this
different
blue.
frequencies. It's a lot of blue.
I do long texts.
Occasionally, but mine are like, you'll be like, hey, how are you today? And I'm like, dude. And then I'm like, I woke up. It's like a 6-foot text.
Right.
And then it's
Joe's-
like, great.
Just like in the beginning, I woke up.
I've done that before. I have that with friends too. And you're like, shit, how about these people? This drives me crazy. And there's a person in my life who does it, but I want to just because I want to get back to them. But they text each thought as a separate text.
I hate-
It
I was
makes
just about to
me
mention that.
Fucking
Furious.
bananas. It'll be like this. I'm in Seattle. That's one text.
Yeah.
With my wife. That's another text. Going to pick up the kids. That's another text. I got a shit. And it's like,
Right.
I'm like, that's one fucking text.
And it's
Right.
usually, you know what I hate about those people is that it's usually when they're available. So you might text them a couple days before about something else, and they don't respond at all. But when they basically want to have a phone conversation through text. You ever see
Right.
those people that are like,
Yes.
"Hey, I have time now, so I'll go back and forth," and I'll just keep hitting you with rapid fire text, and you're like, "Well, now I'm in the middle of something."
I would much rather do the phone call.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
100%.
And then you think they're done with their thought, but so you respond to one thing, but then they send another text, and then your response becomes like almost inappropriate to
Right.
what they say next. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
and then it's like, and then I got hit by a car. And you're like, oh shit.
But now there's a device,
LOL.
there's a thing that you respond to the text.
Right.
You press
Yes.
reply to this
I
text
hate that though.
because
That
of
looks
that.
so visually confusing.
But then
Right.
if you notice that while you're responding to one of the texts, they're under the cloud. They're writing other texts. So you're like, I'm spending the time to hold down the text to reply, and I'm missing part of the conversation.
I hate both in some ways because phone call I hate because when you're on the phone, you're seeing stuff happening and you can't respond to it. Like they're talking, but a bird just flew into my forehead, and then my mother's pants fell down, and my dad's gay, and there's all this stuff happening, and I can't.
That's a lot.
It was a big day, but I can't concentrate on what they're saying. So you're like,
Right.
fuck. But
Right.
then texting is similar too because you have to keep pausing the movie.
Sure.
So we shouldn't communicate.
We all should just mind our own business and not talk to anybody.
Well, this is
ever.
my favorite form of communication, and like a lot of the times I'm getting texts
Podcast?
while. Yes, I like to that's how I catch up with my parents, and but we talking in the moment with buddies and stuff, and then you'll get texts from other people, and you're like, well, I don't want to do this right now. I'm living in the moment with friends.
His parents have a
And then
podcast. It's called "My Son Has a Big Dick."
Big dick son. Called Block Out the Sun.
Block out the sun.
Well, we had everyone came over the other day, Sunday. You guys were over. Not everyone. You guys.
Yeah.
And JP
Yeah.
McDade.
It was so enjoyable.
It was
Great
a
hang.
Great hang.
But I started to get into my head because I was worried we were too loud. Because in New York, everything, you're in the backyard, and especially with comedians, because it's like, and then he raped her. It was crazy. it's all crazy joke. And there's like 500 people living around you.
right.
So I got in my head a little bit.
You know why? I kind of thought of that as well when we were in the back. So I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder who else is around. But I didn't care once we heard there was some guy in one of your buildings near
Oh,
you that was
right.
screaming bloody murder about a football game, and I'm like, all right, we're fine. Nobody's paying attention.
That's a great point.
It's video games. He plays video games all night. He'll be like,
Oh,
motherfucker! God! He just screams. He's like the
Really?
Leroy guy.
Really?
Yeah, all night.
Oh, I can't hear him from our place.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's
what
weird
kind of
because
life
you're right
living.
there. You were like right next door to
I
him.
haven't heard him, but he's definitely closer to us.
And we keep trying to get you to hear us fucking, and nothing.
I don't know.
You're deaf.
They cut
Scream.
holes
I
in the
just
walls.
use my dick as earmuffs and put it over like an elephant trunk.
Oh, muff.
But that's why I didn't feel as bad. And because of the city, there's so much noise. I have construction going on next to me, and I every day I've screamed at them in my apartment to nobody just to get it out because I know they're just working. Like they're not doing it on purpose, but it seems so it seems so
Feels
deliberate.
really personal.
Yes.
I can hear it.
100%, and I'm
Right.
ready to like jump out my window.
And you're manual labor face.
I am. Yeah, I should be on their side.
I know. But I want to. Well, I want to throw out some topics here that I wrote down, which is embarrassing.
No, it's not.
But it's Halloween season.
Yeah.
And folks, bad topic.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard you say.
Bad. No good.
No,
I thought this was a good topic.
I thought it was fine, but I do.
Christmas is around the corner.
I mean, Halloween is something. Well, sometimes if you don't have a topic, I'm the host. Normally, I'm just over there snipering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Making the show worth listening. I'm making it listenable. But now I have to host, so I have to
Keep the catalyst of the
You
conversation.
got to give us the
Facilitate.
setup. Yeah, facilitate.
facilitate and masturbate under the table. That's when you don't get taxed for the cum. That's not bad.
That's all right.
Under the table.
I liked it.
One time Bobby and I got in a fight because he was talking about the seller, and he's like, "You make money, cash money."
That
And
gets
I'm like,
back.
"That's not what that means,
No.
right?" I'm right. It's like they hand you cash,
Yeah,
but
that's
the
not
W
cash
nine.
money.
Cash is like
Cash is like, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Cash
Yeah.
is like in a duffel bag,
Right.
kicked under a table, like you
yeah,
said. Yeah.
See, Bob, I won that argument from 9 years ago that only a psychopath would remember.
It's physically cash.
Yeah, that's
but
what I
it's-
mean. I'm like,
yeah.
well, you're using that word weird, strangely,
Right.
incorrectly. I don't know. Why did I take that moment to bring up an argument?
I don't know.
You've got the big chair.
Does Bobby listen when we guest host? Will he listen to this? Probably not, right?
I don't think so.
No, I can't imagine he does. Why, do you think you're going to get in?
What were
Oh
you
yeah,
gonna,
this is I thought this was my audition.
By the way, I cannot imagine
Nothing.
how hard you would laugh watching Bobby Kelly. Steve just dies laughing.
Oh yeah.
And Bobby's the funniest. I just
I
imagine you shitting all over your pants.
I
and-
opened for you at the main room, and he did a drop in
the main room.
Oh,
the main cellar.
that
Yeah,
together.
and Kate was on it too. I think
Oh,
it was us
yeah.
and Kate, and then Bobby did a drop in, and
forgot about
it was
that.
hysterical.
he crushes.
He crushed.
Weird.
But other than that, I haven't seen him live.
Well, you made quite an impression. Never asked to do the show. But Halloween,
Yeah, what's your question about Halloween? Did you have one written down or you just wanted to say the word?
just Halloween season. We can move on.
Favorite type of candy.
Well, here's the thing. I can start it like this.
Well, yes.
I'm not a huge Halloween guy.
Really? I
And
thought
I'm like,
you'd be Halloween.
No, and most people are, and I'm not.
I just
People
assume
love it.
I assume you can't watch scary movies because you're 11. Steve is unable to watch a horror movie.
I can watch I can't watch the ones that mess with your head, like the psychological.
Like Midsommar.
Yes,
yeah,
I can't watch those.
I
If
won't watch
there's
them either.
If there's a bad guy, I can do it.
A bad
Like,
guy?
like if there's
Like
a villain.
Candyman.
Like if there's Candyman. Like,
You can't watch Candyman.
I can watch.
That's all you eat is candy.
I'm with you, Steve. I'm not a
I thought we
scary
were talking
movie guy
about Willy
either.
Wonka.
I'm with you.
I can watch that.
Is that because if there's one bad guy, you're like, well, that guy won't get me. So
Oh, you just fight him off with your dick.
yeah.
But- yeah, everybody trips in scary movies. Give them something to trip over.
Doesn't every horror movie have a bad guy?
Not
No, but some of them
all.
are just supposed to be like psychological.
Some like mess with your brain, and like I won't be able to go to bed.
So give me some examples.
Halloween, like Michael Myers. Like,
Well, Halloween's good for you.
It's good.
Yeah.
What's an
It's
example of
also-
one that fucks with your mind?
oh, Midsommar.
I won't watch it.
I can't do it.
Also,
I started it.
Don't you think like the Halloweens, like they're not that scary? Like
No.
they're not like anymore. Like once you get
Right.
once it's like beyond your time and it doesn't feel real, it feels like an oldie movie.
That's when a scary movie is perfect for me. Is when it's old and like goofy to watch. At
Yeah.
a certain point, like
Yeah.
you can see the zipper to the costume. Like,
Right.
So I have to watch it years later.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because after a few years, zippers become visible in movies. Like you watch Wizard of Oz, it's all zippers. It's very old.
Is that really true?
No, it's just funny the way you said it.
No, I thought maybe
You're like,
you meant
if you can see a
because
zipper,
like-
the older
like,
it gets.
maybe I think maybe as they restore them and the definition gets better, you can see.
Oh,
the
I
zipper.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Aha!
Zipper. Sounds like these are slurs, by the way.
You ever see Great Outdoors?
Yeah.
Great Outdoors has like multiple mistakes in it. You can see when the bear comes into the cabin, you can see the trainer's stick waving in front of the bear.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then at one point, when Dan Aykroyd runs over and they're supposed to be running away from something, he doesn't completely go away, and you see him go 1, 2, 3. And
Really?
They all run. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, wow.
And,
Isabel, scary movies?
I
You
like,
seem
I like scary movies.
Really?
I get
Most
really
people do.
scared, and then I remind myself not to watch them anymore, and then I do again. It's like maybe this time it'll be
Oh,
fun.
like surprises.
Like Memento, but for scary movies.
Yeah, yeah. But the scariest movie I ever saw was the original Omen with Gregory Peck. Have you seen that?
That's a
that
scary
movie
movie.
scared the shit.
Yeah, me too.
And then you read all this stuff, like weird stuff was happening during the production. Like it was
yeah.
like a haunted whole like project. Did you hear
Wow.
about that? Like,
Oh.
planes crashed, like someone's son died. Like I
yes.
don't know.
God.
Yes, yeah, I remember hearing about that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that movie was about my mom's sex life. Oh, men.
Well, this has
know.
been fun, Joe.
Where's the bomb dinner? Is it around or? As I was saying, I was like, I knew I was fucked. I was like, oh man, it doesn't even make sense. It sucked. That was horrible.
Why? But you have an answer, Joe. Are you a huge scary movie guy?
I like scary movies. This is the problem. I like scary movies. I like a movie that elicits anything. I like to feel spooked and creeped out. My problem with horror movies is after an hour, they try to explain it and it just becomes shit. Once they explain, I'm like, oh. And it's always like, the devil. I'm like, oh, get out of here, the devil. That's why I like the movie The Strangers, which is like people show up and kill you.
I won't watch
That's
that one.
spookier.
That
No,
movie.
I can't do that.
That's scary.
No.
Yep.
Someone comes in the house, an intruder.
That's the scariest one ever. And there's a movie and it's an old movie, and I saw it when it was already old, called Race with the Devil. Have you guys ever heard of this movie with Peter Fonda?
No.
And and I won't give it away, but like it's pretty freaky the whole time, and the ending is one of the scariest things I've ever seen.
Oh,
and that was
really?
an old movie, yeah. But it was one of those kind of things where it's like real people, and you're like, that freaks. Like cults freak me out. Like,
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes.
That
Oh, did you see Martha Macy, whatever the fuck?
no.
What's the name of that? Can we get a look up on that? It's called Martha Macy. I forget the order. It's great. It's like the hot Olsen sister. It's fucking great. It's really creepy. She's in this Martha Macy May Marlene.
Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene.
Martha, yeah, that's what I
Oh,
said.
good.
Oh, Martha Marcy. Sorry. May
Oh, it's
Marlene.
from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it is fantastic. And it's like this woman is in, she gets like involved in the cult and she's trying to get out. But there's these fucking spooky scenes where she goes to like live with her sister. And so she's swimming and then you just see like the fucking cult leader guy on the rock. Anything where there's a guy across the way is great.
Yeah.
Now,
But it's
which one
really
did she
real.
play? Martha, Macy, Mayor, Marlene.
I don't even know what the title means, frankly, but she's hot.
Thank you.
The Olsen
And
twins are the two of them. They're like the creepy cult.
Yeah.
The gaunt, just.
I was trying to think of a fourth Olsen, someone named Olsen.
I only recently realized she's the Olsen twins' sister.
Yeah. Younger,
Yeah.
too.
Blows my mind. I'm a huge Olsen twins fan.
Really?
Yeah, I like.
Oh, I like her.
Wait, for real?
I'm like obsessed with it because when I was a kid, I was a huge fan.
And then
But
you're
you're
just
like young
fascinated.
to be. Oh, because they're the movies. You're not
yeah.
Full House.
Oh no,
You're
I
like-
loved Full House too.
They had the little kid. They had their own
Like
movies
rerun.
for years.
Right, but
They
Full
made
House
like-
was long gone. When
Remember
Stewart-
they were like made themselves $1 billion?
Yeah.
They were like they were like
They're
billionaires.
incredible. I
Yeah.
had the Barbies. It was.
They had Barbies?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I didn't know. So are you like at this point, is it ironic or you're just like it's like nostalgic?
If I saw them, I'd be really starstruck. Yeah, like I'm
Twice.
Oh, I saw one of them once. I went out with what's his tits? Adam Glynn. You know
Yeah.
Adam?
Yeah, the TMZ guy.
He works for TMZ, and I bumped into him on the street, and he's like, "Let's go out." And one of the Olsen twins was there. She walked by.
Which one?
I don't know.
The
You
left
can't
one
tell.
or the right one?
That's really funny. I don't know which one, but
You know,
It
I
was a-
heard that TMZ took a picture and then they just photoshopped the other one in.
oh, that's really funny too.
No one laughed on that.
Wow, it's not laugh funny. It's like, oh wow, Steve.
It's
good
humorous.
one. Yeah, it was cute.
Right.
Next time, text back. Maybe I'll laugh.
You can see why I don't answer.
That's really interesting about the texting back, though. Because someone, I said this the other day, but I heard through the grapevine from another comic that Steve's big timing people. And I said, it's not big timing because I'm as big as it gets in your phone book.
I'm not big timing because
Regan. Sorry.
Everyone that we're talking about, I respect greatly.
Let me ask you this. Brian Regan texts you. How long are you waiting?
3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, that, even
that's what?
Even that it's very, I'm like.
I don't believe it.
I'm
There's
going to
no
text
way.
Brian Regan right now and see how long.
Hold on. Also, I'm not joking. I think the big dick thing is part of the reason. I'm convinced.
I have zero self-esteem.
but
No,
you
but
don't.
Deep
You
down,
have.
you know you're going to be okay.
You have
very
phone
deep.
self-esteem. You have phone self-esteem.
I have phone. I just heard that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What did you say?
You said
Very deep.
I don't know. I get very, very caught up in it. I get nervous about that stuff.
But Mark is like that too. Did I ever tell you this story? That's like Mark did years ago. He did his like, he did a late night and a Comedy Central, and then opened at like some big theater or something. And I was like, this is like the greatest day ever. Let's celebrate. And so I set up a hang with like a bunch of comics. I'm like, Mark did Conan, his half hour came out, and then I think he opened for Amy or something. And I was like, that has to be the greatest like 24-hour period in the history of comedy. We're going to celebrate. It's the kind of guy I am. Got together all his friends to meet at a diner.
I know it's coming.
And the morning of, he's like, forgot I got a gig in Florida. Have a good time. And I had a card. I literally got a card with people to sign it and stuff. And he's like, I'm off to Florida. I forgot. I'm like, you forgot you were going to Florida today? But it's that thing. He doesn't have it in him to be like, I can't do that day.
Right.
And
Yeah, but I expect it from that kid. From you, I don't expect.
Well,
but yeah, he's handsome and successful.
All I've been
and you're,
all I've been thinking about
cute.
is you guys talking about it. So I'm working on it.
Well, okay, that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
You can pin like I just got I got a new phone, and you can pin the conversations up of the people.
But why do you need a pin? It's about human beings. It's about
but I don't
caring.
I don't see. I think my thing is I don't see the human in the phone. It's you know what I mean. But
well, let me ask you this: what it goes through your head like when you get a text, and I guess it's only on request stuff. That's what you're saying. Like somebody's like, "Can you do this thing?" You're like, you shut down. You're like, I can't even.
I get nervous that I'm not gonna do well, and or that it's a mistake.
No, you're playing this off that you're a sweet, sweet boy. You don't care about people.
Isabel, what is your response time as far as the text goes?
It's very erratic.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Everything about me is all over the place. But usually I'm pretty good at responding. I don't think I big time anyone.
Should have ended at erratic. I would have been fine.
What do you mean erratic? Everything about you is erratic? What do you mean?
Yeah, like sometimes I'm really early, sometimes I'm late. Like I don't stick to anything. I'm always sort of shifting around.
I feel like that's healthy.
And I don't know who I am.
This got really changed courses there.
You went 0 to 60 on that one. But I think that's actually healthier.
I need help.
I'm very unwell right now.
This went from a podcast studio to a call center.
But I feel like you're good at getting back to me, at least.
Recently, I've gotten good at like saying no and like getting over the anxiety.
That's what you're always saying to me. Yeah,
I'd
no.
rather, yes, no.
No, absolutely not.
I said no. But it's better to just disappoint people right away
than to wait.
And then not only disappoint them, but change their plans.
Yes. And also, I think there's a difference. Like, it's me going, hey, can you do this thing? And you saying no, that's one thing. But like, I think there is something in like, as far as industry stuff goes or like gig stuff goes, and the power of no is actually a thing. I really do believe that's a thing where like turning that down actually gives you more power. A thing that you think is in your wheelhouse to turn down. I've done that a couple times and felt great after I do it. But but you have to respond when you do it.
I want to do the thing, and then I can't.
Oh, you really think you're like, I'm going to suck on this, so I can't do it? Really?
Well, that's a fear of all the time. But like I really couldn't do them, and I wanted to do them, and saying no still felt like the bad thing to do.
Right. Okay. I get what you're saying.
It's the right thing.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel.
No, I know what you mean. I've had it many times where people write something. Sometimes someone writes something really long and nice, and you're like, I'm not in the headspace to respond to this right now. So then you're like, I'll do that later because I'm running around. Or sometimes you're on a podcast and you just read it and you should have. Here's the thing I don't like about text. emails you can mark as unread. So you can read an email, then mark as unread. So there's still a little thing there. But text, you can't do that.
No.
So it's hard. Sometimes I have lots of text that I'll screenshot to be like, let me remember that by screenshotting. But you only remember if you look at your photos.
Right.
So there is a lot of times where you're just doing something. Like right now I have texts, but I'm in the middle of a podcast, so I'll forget to.
But they do have the thing where you can flag them, though. I think you can
I don't know how to
flag
flag.
text. I think
Or
you
the
can
pin, right?
The pins or whatever.
You flag it.
You flag.
Do you think that's a design purposely so you have to respond right away to keep you on your phone more? Because if you could mark it as unread,
Could be.
you could just
Did-
have more freedom.
Did you know, and if you listen to Mindful Metal Jacket, where I interviewed Catherine Price, author of How to Break Up With Your Phone, and you guys have all been on Mindful Metal Jacket.
Yes.
All terrific. Steve twice, Isabel twice, Sean once.
Well, it's, you know.
Well, if you had done better, maybe. But you're not as big of a head
I've
case
never
as
heard
these two lunatics.
something more comedian like. It's a podcast about mental health, and you just told me I didn't do a good job. That's so fucked up. That's so
first
messed up.
of all, I'm joking.
Maybe if you were funnier on my mental health podcast, and
you're doing
Maybe if
too
you were
well.
more fucked up.
You're doing too well in life. These two are a wealth of material in the mental health. These
I
are
thought
two
we had a very
complete
nice
psychopaths.
conversation. People have messaged me about my appearance on your
Really?
podcast.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I guess you weren't that impressed, but other people were.
I'll have you back.
You know what? I'm busy that day.
Just don't answer him.
I'm not gonna write. Yeah, I'm not gonna write back to this conversation.
You seem so happy and well adjusted.
I'm not. I'm a fucking mess. Everybody's a mess.
I know.
I'm a mess and a
But you're always like this. Hey, what's up? All right. You know what I mean? These two, the two Eeyores over here.
You take it as volume equals mental health.
Yes.
Yeah, you're thinking. No, I'm in my head. We've talked about. I'm in
Of
my
course.
head constantly.
We talked about it on Mindful Metal Jacket.
Stop plugging the thing I only did once.
Wait, but I'm going to say this thing about this phone business.
Catherine Price.
Catherine Price, who has a new book coming out called The Benefits of Fun or Fun Thing. I'm going to try to interview her again. I want to have her on a second time.
Fundamentals.
Ooh.
You're dementally challenged.
Because I'm hanging out too much. These fucking puns are killing me.
What's up, everybody? I am so excited to have this company on board for the YKWD. Hang on, stay tuned, and listen to this. Listen, your style isn't one size fits all. It's all about what suits your body and what suits the moment. So why not shop at a store that is personalized to your size and style? That's right, personalized. Introducing Stitch Fix Freestyle, a shop built just for you. Okay. I go there. I can pick what I want, the styles I want, but also my size. It's not going to be depressed because they don't have it. They don't have stuff that fits me, or they don't have stuff that looks good on me. I can search around, customize it. You know what I let my wife do? I let her go and pick out an outfit for me from head to toe. Okay. Stitch Fix Freestyle is the way to shop for clothes. Stitch Fix Freestyle is your trusted style destination where you can discover and instantly buy curated items based on your style, likes, and lifestyles. They know what you want. If you give them a little information, they help you out. Whether you're looking for a brand you love or you try some new stuff, at Stitch Fix Freestyle, you can shop over 1,000 brands and styles personalized to your size and fit. And that means a lot to me. With styles to workout gear, to workwear, for lounging around the house, or a night out on the town, Stitch Fix Freestyle has clothes for any occasion. Plus, there's no subscription required. And they offer free shipping, returns, and exchange. Get started today by filling out your style quiz at stitchfix.com/YKWD. That's stitchfix.com/YKWD to try Stitch Fix Freestyle. Stitchfix.com/YKWD. Dude.
But she talked about how, I thought this was really interesting, and maybe we talked about this. Gum sales, gum, G-U-M, have gone down, plummeted because of smartphones. And the reason is everybody in line is looking at their phone.
So there's no impulse.
So no one goes, oh, look at gum. I'm going to get some gum. Candy bars too. Gum, candy, all that stuff under the register has all dipped because everyone's looking at their phone until it's time to go to the register.
You know what you do? You know how you solve that problem? You get a little speaker for all the packs of gum that says, "Hey, I'm gum."
Wow, what a great idea,
Yeah.
Sean.
Wow. You caught Steve.
Oh man.
That'll get it. Sound, you can't deny. If out of nowhere there was a talking pack of gum, you wouldn't go, "Holy shit, look at that talking pack of gum."
I guess I would. I'd be like, boy, I'm glad you're in my orbit.
Oof.
That's a gum.
It's orbits. My orbits.
You got a couple
Z.
Snickers.
Hey, it's gum season. What's everyone's favorite kind of gum?
I have a
Gum?
gum phobia.
Really?
I've never had gum, but the smell grosses me out.
You've never had
Really?
gum?
Never had it. I won't touch it. I won't touch the wrapper. I
What?
won't
The
touch
wrapper
something that
makes you feel
touched
weird.
the wrapper. I'm really afraid of gum.
Are you concerned about your breath?
There's no. Should I be?
No, you don't have smelly
We've
breath.
had this talk before where you've been bitching about someone else's breath.
Oh, really?
Or no, you're like, I feel like my breath smells really bad.
I'm always worried about
and
my
I always
breath.
feel like it's your way of saying my breath smells bad.
No, I would say
Would you?
Does
no.
he go,
absolutely
my
not. I
breath.
don't know
My
why.
breath. I feel like my breath smells like yours.
I would never say that. But so you've never had gum?
It's never been in my mouth.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Gum
What's
versus.
the closest you've ever gotten to having gum?
I bet you probably kissed someone who was chewing gum.
Yeah.
No,
It was a
won't.
Charleston chew. They're pretty.
I kissed someone who had
Pretty
been chewing
chewy.
it recently, and I was grossed out because I could taste it.
So would you rather kiss someone that's just smoked a cigarette or just chewed gum?
Cigarette.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Do you
really
smoke?
Hands down. No, but I'm not grossed out by smoke. Like it's just like it feels fine.
I have talked about this before. I tried to do a bit about this. Sarah and I, when we were in Paris, when you're in Paris, you smoke because it's what Parisians do.
Still?
Yeah, it's fun. So we bought a pack of cigarettes, but they got the crazy packs too with like dead baby feet and like,
Oh
fucking
yeah,
your
with
brains on 'em.
yeah, which actually is probably effective. Or
yeah, I imagine. But everyone in Europe
Well,
smokes.
people don't
smoke.
see them anymore because they're on their phones.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good. But the problem is you were making a face like this. I mean, that's what took from the joke. You delivered it like you're like,
I'll work on a new bit face.
yeah, you did like Dumb and Dumber where they give them the hot peppers.
Oh, love it.
You were like,
How
why
was
don't
your
you eat up and tell you? But we bought,
just wanted to shoot up and we'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my favorite line from the movie.
Eat up while we'll tell you.
we bought cigarettes and Sarah smoked. And that night we were having sex and I was like making it was like sexy because it was different. She had like nasty, shitty smoker breath. And I was kind of like, that's kind of hot.
Well,
Right.
it probably felt like having sex with a different person,
Yeah, that's,
right? And that's always
like a
hot.
gross person.
Like it's like smoke role play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I associate it with like partying and being out and being like
Yeah.
horny and stuff. It's like
And what about smoking?
no, that's
Oh, I thought you were talking
That's-
about gum.
no. Gum, gross, just gross.
So just
So is
gross.
it-
What is it about this?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
What is it about that's gross?
The smell. I'm very like I feel nauseous when I smell it. Any flavor.
Weird.
Really?
It's since I was a little kid. I don't know what happened to me. Like if someone like
What about
hurt
chewing-
me,
You got what happened? Did you get molested by?
maybe.
Yeah. The Candyman.
Yeah.
The Candyman.
did you get bubble tape?
Yeah.
Did you? What about chewing tobacco?
Well, that's.
I've never encountered
Chewing
anyone chewing
tobacco.
tobacco.
She's
Yeah.
working on the docks.
Oh, I've been around people that do it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isabel's fucking relief pitchers at a minor league baseball
From
game.
1976.
But it has the chew. You got the chew aspect. So I was just wondering.
But you
Yeah.
don't chewing tobacco. You don't chew chewing tobacco. It's just in your mouth.
What about Altoids?
Right?
Oh yeah.
Or is
I
that
thought
dip?
Yeah, less
It's-
gross,
that's
but
peppermint.
won't do it. Won't do it,
Okay.
but less gross
So when
That is
you
because they
Fascinating.
disappear.
so the same kind of along the same lines, mouthwash has a smell that could be gum-like as well. What about mouthwash?
I recently got used to mouthwash.
You look like you're gonna
If
puke
I-
right now.
If I brush my teeth too long, I start gagging.
Wow.
Wow.
What about like
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like
You should-
really serious.
It's got to be the mint, something with mint.
But it's also cinnamon gum. That's the worst one.
that's cinnamon gum? My favorite misheard lyric ever. My friend Lucas Harvey. Did we talk about this before?
No.
That's cinnamon gum.
Journey.
Fucking so funny. So my friend Lucas Harvey thought they were singing cinnamon gum.
Wait, he legitimately thought
yeah.
that?
In sherry?
That's cinnamon gum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa, Jerry.
What are they actually singing?
You should have been gone. I should have been gone.
I think it should have been gone.
Should have been gone.
Yeah. That's cinnamon gum.
Stop chewing
That's
gum.
fun.
Now, what about? I mean, it's hard to not take this into dirty places, and I want to be respectful, but rhymes with gum also gross. Is that a huge aversion?
Fun?
I don't
No,
think.
I'm fine.
You don't like
Well,
Interesting.
that's cinnamon. What do you think? I don't think
That's
it tastes like
natural.
cinnamon. Yeah.
I think that's like something about the artificial flavor. There's something in my.
Is there a food? Is there foods like this?
Not really.
So it's just gum.
It's
I'm
just
this
like
way with
candy
food.
and gum.
Okay, so candy.
But not chocolate's fine.
No, I see what you're
This
saying.
is getting to be psychotic.
What about like
Yeah.
cinnamon
I'm
on,
sorry.
like a cinnamon on something?
Natural cinnamon's fine.
You're fine, but it's like it's the cinnamon chemical that throws.
But
you
you're
off.
sticking with the
something about-
flavor. It's not the flavor because you went from mint to cinnamon.
Is it-
Well,
but
but
not
it's-
flavor.
But it's
I
not.
wouldn't know. I've never had it.
What if you had something else?
You had to have
what
something
if-
similar in texture. But taffy.
That's why I went with
That's
gum.
fine.
think.
I like caramel and stuff. That's
Yeah.
fine.
yeah.
What
Wow.
about lollipop?
Never had one.
Because of the gum
lollipop?
thing? Similar?
Yeah, it's like I don't know, the smell.
Wow.
Needless to say, I didn't have a good Halloween growing up.
This is so interesting. M&M's?
Love M&Ms,
Well, it's chocolate.
but I don't like Skittles.
I don't like Skittles either.
Skittles have a similar
They're
texture.
gummish type thing.
What about taffy?
Never had it.
I know what you also. Mike
did
and Ike's
taffy?
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Never
Right?
had
Taffy.
them.
Mike and Ike's are
Yeah.
like they're the gelatin. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is interesting. Fruit roll-up?
Never had it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't like a fruit roll.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. Fruit roll, I'm kind of getting where you're at now because
It's the fruit thing. You have the fruit thing.
I hate fruit. I like fruit. I don't want fruit in beer or fruit.
You don't want
flavor
or
in
fruit
anything.
flavor. Yeah, just pure fruit.
But I like Fun Dip, like grape
That's
Fun Dip,
just
like
like-
sugar, pixie
Yeah.
sticks.
That's like just powdered sugar.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how we're not. I had so much Fun Dip as a kid.
Oh,
Had childhood
dude.
diabetes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had every tooth had a cavity in it. It was
Yeah.
bad. Fun Dip was the best, and pixie. I had those big, like
I've done
Steve Rogers esque fucking guzzling those pixie sticks.
Yeah. It sucked when people would grab the wrong thing.
But I'm like that. I'm like that with like
pixie stick and they get
like
you?
Jello's like that. Jello people do Jello shots. That kind of flavor, I just can't have in my mouth. That texture of like
Like artificial fruit flavored things.
Yeah, or the gelatin. Any kind of like
Yeah.
Right.
that kind
So
of.
what about Mike and Ike's?
No, I never had a Mike and Ike.
So that you would hate it. They would be like right up.
Yeah, any kind of fruit candy. I guess I like cherry things. That's a fruit.
Yeah.
Cherry's an
Yeah.
easy one. Like cherry.
And cherry's like everybody loves cherry lifesavers. Cherry people love.
Yeah,
But
cherry's
I mean,
good.
when you get a lot of people
Oh,
hate pineapple.
cherry.
Pineapple people don't.
But
don't-
pineapple makes your taste good, apparently.
Jizz.
I love
Your
pineapple
gum.
the fruit.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
about
Gum in my mouth.
so for regular fruit? You're fine.
Regular
I got-
fruit, I'm
oh, I got
fine.
gum in my
Swallowing a
hair.
hot load, fine. No gum.
Wow.
That is fascinating to me because to me, that would be like if I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy in equating that, but like the idea of being like I can't have gum in my mouth. I feel like semen is really.
Right. I'm like, oh,
Horrendous.
I don't like gum. They're like, you don't like cum. No, I'm like, gum.
But
I also think
hear you.
I've talked about this before a lot. Come to me, and Ronon's the only man I've ever gotten to be like, yeah. To me, I'm jealous of the idea of like going down on a guy, and there's a definitive moment of like, I did it. Yes. Like if you're eating
Like, a
someone
sense
out,
of
you're like, there's no like, pew! It's a
Yeah.
fun jism. You feel it. It shoots in there.
You've never made a woman squirt?
Not squirt. Squirt is piss.
Is that definitive? You
Yes.
know that?
I mean, this is an age-old debate, but
All
yes,
right.
it's a mixture of piss and whatever. But no, I mean, I've made women come, I think. That's what I'm told. That's what she said. Her back bent, her eyes closed and stuff, and she shit her pants.
That's something else. I think that's a seizure.
But you don't get you know what I mean? Do you guys know what I mean? You're men.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Well,
want
isn't it fun to have something like explode and you're like, that
you
was
want
it.
a
can tell you it's
culmination.
not.
You want a culmination.
No, a combination. Cumby. Cumberland Farms.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Steve took a sip so he wouldn't have to answer. I know that move. I've done that
I
move.
see what you're saying, but like within the realm of what it is, I'm not. You know, the one act is attractive to me, the other one isn't. But the finishing of it, yeah, I think it's you're almost like with women, you have to take their word for it, or you're basing it off a visual. You're saying, guys, you're like, you did it. Like it's almost like
Yeah.
a carnival game.
And you're like, whoa, there it was. Like, wouldn't it be fun if you went down on a woman and she just shot some delicious goo in the back of your mouth?
But I don't know if it's delicious goo. First,
Oh, I know it is. Just kidding. I don't eat my own jizz.
You have a very sultry look after you just said
What?
that.
I've never eaten my own jizz.
You go, I
a
never
lot.
eat my own jizz, and you gave like a weird like side eye after you
I
said
love
that.
the face.
Just kidding. Let's clean it up.
Yeah.
What are we
let's bring
doing
back
here?
the puppy dogs
Halloween
and
is
rainbow.
coming up.
Costumes.
What's your what? Yeah, give me some childhood costumes. Steve, you wrote down a couple Halloween stories on
Yeah.
the train while I was talking to you.
I gotta pee real quick. Hold on. I'll be right
Oh, all right.
I one time I dressed. I was Godzilla for Halloween, and
Yeah.
and Godzilla famously is green, and the whole thing. You know what Godzilla looks like? I show up to school, and everyone thought I was Barney, who is purple.
Oh,
And
right.
I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6. I was furious.
See, that sucks because they thought you were like retarded. Like they
Yeah.
thought you picked the wrong color. Like they just assumed you wanted to be Barney, but don't know what color Barney is, right?
Right. And my mom made this costume. It had like sharp teeth and red eyes to look like Godzilla. It had the spikes on the back and everything. And everyone's like, oh, you're Barney. This is so great.
That sucks.
And I had like claws and everything. I was like,
White claws.
What Barney have you seen where he looks like he's going to destroy a small...
Well, to be fair, you seem like a guy who likes Barney now. So
But you're the one who likes Barney. I
That
just
was
saw him
so...
I did a fun Barney bit.
It was so funny. God, that was the best bit I've ever seen. And
Well, you have to describe it a little bit. I
We're
can't
on
do
the
my
train.
own
I don't know.
bit.
I don't know if
Wait,
I'm going to describe it well.
We saw in the window, we were just walking here, Barney on a TV, some little kids watching it, and Joe got all excited.
We were talking and having a normal conversation, and then you just stop and go, Barney, 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 and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Thanks, guys.
I wouldn't think you would ever do that ever in a million years.
That was fun.
It was so.
Were you
funny.
was Barney a thing?
No, I was too young for Barney. Or
I
whatever.
was too old for Barney as well.
Too young.
I loved Barney.
Yeah, you guys are more in the Barney because you guys are the same age.
That was more passionate than the Olsen twins.
So the best thing ever for Isabel is Barney and the Olsen
Barney
twins
fucking
not
the
chewing
Olsen
gum.
Wow, that's the best thing for Barney too.
Yeah.
Can you, Steve? Can you shut the door? Sean's a slob, and it looks weird. It's gonna look weird on camera. Am I wrong
Oh,
about
sorry.
this?
I
Plus,
apologize.
we can see and know.
All right, I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
This isn't the most professional setup anyway.
What are you kidding? We got lights.
I mean, this
and
is,
things.
but not, you kind of, yeah.
What are you talking about? I think I'm doing a
You're doing
fantastic job. We had
I'm
Halloween.
joking,
We
I'm
had
joking.
gum. The other thing. Steve's a piece.
You go Halloween. It's coming up.
Well, I was getting somewhere, and then you took over. You tried to out-host me, you son of an onion. I got a costume. We got this Godzilla Barney bullshit.
Yeah. I was also Alice Cooper for Halloween once, who nobody in my age range knows.
I mean, you're literally picking costumes from like the 40s.
I also heard that you were Milton Berle at one point.
Well, it was an accurate.
That was doubly funny.
Yeah. I had to trim it down for it, but I was Alice Cooper twice in a row, and nobody knew who the hell I was. I was such a loser.
Wow.
Who'd they think you were? Like Howard Stern or something?
The Crow.
Oh, the Crow.
They thought I was the Crow.
That's funny. I might say that Isabel doesn't know who Alice Cooper is now.
Yeah.
She's like, who is she?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
right. I don't know.
He's a rock star from the 70s.
Yeah.
And he was like insanely famous.
Oh, it's a guy?
Guy, yeah.
I started as like a band name, but then he just kept the band name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He changed
And then
his
he
name.
kind of became famous for just showing up randomly in movies and TVs. Like it was like a non sequitur joke that would be like, it's like Alice Cooper, and then he just comes in, says a line, and walks out.
Yeah.
Now he's famous for golfing.
Oh yeah,
He's like your favorite artist.
He's one of my favorite of all time. Yeah.
You think that's a thing with old rock stars? You think you should just die earlier than they do, because then you just end up make so much money, you become everything that you've been railing against for 30 years.
Yeah, it's hard not to. I guess.
Not that I don't want him to die. I'm just saying, like, it's weird to see Alice Cooper with the same hair and face in a fucking golf shirt.
Well, I have respect for his golf addiction because he was a raging alcoholic and he had to replace his addiction with golf.
Okay, Steve. So I'm the asshole.
Yeah, that's really fucked up, Sean. I mean, the guy had serious problems, John.
Golf saved his life. I didn't know
he was
golf
such,
saved
he was
his
such
life.
a rock star. He had to. Being a golfer is rock and roll.
It's the only way to quit drinking. You have to take up golf.
Yeah,
a lot.
You guys don't know that adage?
I had no idea. I actually like Alice Cooper. I'm just saying, like, it's weird that you're like, I'm a rebel, and then you're like, hey, so you guys at the club, like golf club.
No, it's hard. They all become like conservative too
Yeah.
because they have millions of dollars.
Exactly. They want to
Whatever.
keep their money.
I guess, yeah, I know what you're saying, that it's weird to see them as old men.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like even like Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols, like he still kind of has that vibe, but he'll say some things you're like, shouldn't you probably just died in like the 90s or something? Like not to be a dick, but it's kind of true. I don't want the guy to die. I'm just saying as an idea. Like,
Right,
yeah.
right.
If you live long enough, you become the antithesis of yourself.
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh,
Me, like I'm
see yourself become the villain.
like at 90,
Yeah.
I'm going to become
Batman,
successful.
The Dark Knight.
Are you trying to reference Batman?
No, was that a reference?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's how Steve took it, I think. And
Well,
I
you
felt
know,
like I was like,
it
I
was
don't
more my
think this
speed.
is-
What is the line again from Batman?
You either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
see, I should have written Batman.
You should have pretended to not know it exactly. Like, oh, it's something like you
It's a
become
great
the villain
movie.
or
It's
something.
I wasn't referencing a horrible movie.
No, it's a good movie. It's fun.
Uh-oh.
Halloween, you got any weird Halloween bad costumes moments? Did you love Halloween as a kid?
No, I did love it as a kid, and I gave up on it pretty quick. All I know is I have a sad story. One time I was supposed to go to a Halloween party, and I was dressed as a Guido. I dressed up like a Guido. I was probably like 13, 12 or something. And I never got picked up for my friends forgot to take me to the party. So I was just really upset, almost in tears, in my house, waiting to get picked up in like full on gel hair with a gold chain and a bad Guido outfit, just sitting there like an asshole. That's the only like Halloween thing I can remember right now. Yeah.
You should be on My Full Metal Jacket.
He was just standing there looking like a horse's head.
What were you saying?
Oh, it would make a terrible pun.
Oh, throw it out there.
All dressed up with nowhere Guido.
Oh!
Hey, that was
You know what?
fantastic.
That's the best one of the day.
That was fantastic.
Good.
Good job.
Do you know what it's like? All revved up with no place to go. You must love that, right?
I don't know that one.
That's Meatloaf.
Oh,
Bat Out of Hell. I fucking love that too.
I like Meatloaf. I don't remember that one.
Another Saturday night. Oh my God, that song rips. All revved up with no place to go. Going back to the not texting back because you're anxious. I've told this story before. This is the saddest, weirdest.
Just
story.
popped in your head.
I can't explain what happened, but we were having, I forget what kind of party it was. Let's just say a Halloween party for the sake of the conversation. And 'tis the season to be scary. We were going to pick up this kid. This is like an elementary school. And back then there was like the Google Maps. So we just said, I live at the house right next to the school, our school. And so we drove, my parents and I were going to pick up this kid who was my friend. It was our first time ever hanging out. It was like that moment where we were like, I think this is going to be my new friend. And we went to pick him up. So we went to the house next to the school. This is so depressing. And I went and knocked on the door and nobody answered. And so I sat and then like knocked on some more. And I was like looking back at my parents, like, I don't know. Rang the doorbell, knocked, looked in the windows, no one was there.
Yeah,
so I
the Google
ran back in the car and I was like, yeah, he's not here. I don't know. And I thought like I'd been stood up. So we were like, oh, well. And we just drove past the school. And then the next house on the other side of the school, as we were driving away, I saw the kid sitting on the step.
Oh.
Like he lived in that house. And I just didn't say anything. But I saw him. And I don't know why I didn't go, oh, stop. But I think in my head, I had already been like, I guess he's not coming. And then I just saw him, was like,
you didn't register.
Wow.
no. And then it was a big thing. No, I knew it.
Oh.
I was like, oh, there he is. But I just didn't have it in me to say to my parent, I don't know what the fuck happened.
So what happened when you see him at school?
So he was like, yeah, his mother called. My mother was like, he was sobbing and depressed. He was you. He was like, you never came and picked him up.
Yeah.
And we were like, we knocked on the door and they were like, no, you didn't. It's really horrible.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like I should find him and blow him or something.
wait, you guys never reconnected after that?
No, we went to school. I saw him on Monday and he was like, yeah, you never came to pick me up. And I was like, we went to the wrong house, but they didn't buy that because they were like, what do you mean you went to the wrong house?
And
Well,
then
they got to know that there's more than one house next to the school.
Well, there's exactly one more house, but they were like, well, why wouldn't you come to this? It was so stupid that it didn't make any sense.
Right.
I had a
Wanted to
buddy of
kill
mine
myself.
he lived next to a school, but it was like a church, and his mom was like pretty rough, and the kids would play in like the parking lot would be like there, like where they had recess, and sometimes the ball would go over into her yard, and she would like curse at the kids and call the nuns cunts. Like
Wow.
his mom is hardcore. His mom is so hardcore. One time we were at the bus stop and we were like 16 years old or 14 years old, whatever it was, and she shows up and dropped my friend off who lived at that house because for our school's bus stop, and drops off. My other friend John was smoking a cigarette, and my friend Chris's mom goes, "Hey John, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but can I have a cigarette?" She bumped a cigarette off a 14-year-old kid.
That's hilarious. I would have called them nunts. Wow.
Yeah.
And Isabel, you grew up in Manhattan. What was trick or treating like in Manhattan? Or did you not trick or treat because you were too afraid?
Yeah, I hated trick or treating.
I bet.
I hated dressing up. I always just wanted to. I always would like to be in my normal clothes and look at people in costumes and be like, oh, they're so uncomfortable in their stupid costumes, and I'm in my sweatpants at home. You know.
So you were like totally contented with it.
Yeah, I would like.
But were you?
Yeah.
No, I was. It gave me anxiety. I didn't like candy. I didn't want to like knock on strangers' doors. Also, I lived in an apartment building with like not that many units, so like occasionally I would try to go in my building and like just people who didn't have
be
candy.
sad. Yeah.
Like I'd be in like a cat costume, and they'd just be like, "Oh, I didn't know we had trick or treaters in the."
Let me ask you this: maybe this, Joe, maybe this is related to the gum thing. Gum, Halloween, candy, looking out, seeing people trick or treating. Maybe you're putting all your anger into the gum.
Did you hate Gumby? You don't know who Gumby is.
Yeah.
You don't know who Gumby is?
No, I
guess that makes sense. Actually,
Really?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, I was never. Because even I was like,
He works in the cellar. Yeah, Gumby was young or whatever. I don't know how.
I was never into Gumby as a kid either. I knew what it was, Gumby and Pokey, but I don't think I was like, oh my god, I'm a huge Gumby fan.
But I liked Halloween in college because then I would just get like shit faced and like,
Right.
Yeah.
But as a kid, it was no good.
But what did you do at Halloween? Did you watch a scary? Did you have any kind of festive atmosphere in the house? Was there anything?
Maybe we'd watch a scary movie or something, but we weren't a very festive family.
Wow, that's terrible.
Anyway.
Sad.
I kind of get on board with that because I
all of our stories.
I got to the point where I don't care about Halloween. Like I walk around people in costumes. Some people go nuts for Halloween.
I like to enjoy all the seasons. It's life. I mean, the seasons of life are fun. Thanksgiving is obviously great.
I love
You get your football, your
Thanksgiving,
thing.
Christmas.
But Halloween, it's like you don't take that opportunity to have some people over, watch some scary movies or
I
anything
like
like
that Halloween happens, but I like being a spectator. I don't want to have to like do any work and get involved in like the bullshit. I like being on the outside, just sort of like observing it.
Well, I just like having some friends over who watch a scary movie and go, oh, wow, or whatever. I'm not fucking
going like
dressing
what?
up and what?
Going like what?
Wow, or whatever. Yeah, just having a good time.
I'm sorry, but I feel like isn't also Halloween is the night of Halloween is like an enemy to the comedy world.
Well, Halloween in New York, yeah. Halloween night, I'm not going out. Well, now I have a niece and nephew that live in Seattle, so I just go out there and be with them because they're kids. So like the joy, they have different childhoods than you had. They have joy in their hearts. So that's really fun. I take them trick-or-treating and we dress up in costumes and it's a goddamn blast.
That sounds fun to me.
Yes.
If Halloween is scary. It's the one night when normal people get creative.
It's the purge.
Right. Yeah, and they're in I do hate masks. I do remember being here years ago and like leaving parties and like people in the subway are wearing masks just looking at you and it's really fucked up.
It's like that episode of Louie where he gets chased by those two guys on Halloween in the city.
Oh yeah.
Just everybody's drunk.
We don't really talk about Louis here. He did some crazy
Did you
shit.
see he was just they had him as a punchline on the episode
Yeah,
of
on
SNL?
SNL.
It's like, you mean the guy you had host a couple times?
Yeah, and then it's just like, Bill Cosby and Louis. and fucking R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, same thing, right?
Whatever.
Same exact thing.
And I think, whatever. Hey, we're coming towards the end of the show. I want to make sure we get plugs in before everyone leaves. So we'll have a little stuff after. Isabel, where can they find you? What's your thing? Say some things.
Oh, sure.
You talk
Just
now.
follow me on Instagram, I guess, at Isabel Hagen _ or YouTube. Isabel Hagen. I got a web series.
And do not send her gum.
That Joe is in. Joe's
I'm in the web series.
That's great.
Like Life, I was supposed to play a small part. I had a huge flight delay. I missed the whole thing. I was devastated. And then later I got a bigger part.
Andrew Chavone played the original part.
Yes,
I've
your
heard all
part
about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's go over I did Mindful Metal Jacket once, and I wasn't in Isabel's web series. Cool, thanks guys, appreciate it.
But it's still
Neither
it's
was
going
Steve.
and growing. And then it's the worst thing because I got into the character and read and was like, what's the motivate? And I had all this prep work because I was like, I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah,
and then my flight was delayed. She's like, we just grabbed a guy that was, and he just did it. And I was like, oh, that sucks. So YouTube and
Instagram, and come see me on the road. I'm going to be in a bunch of places.
Yeah.
Go my IsabelHagen.com.
Hilarious comedian, dear friend, Steve BD Rogers. You got the show Panic Attacking.
Yes.
Great show.
Yeah.
I was on once.
Really fun podcast.
Have you had Donnelly?
No.
I haven't
Wow.
either Donnelly or Isabel.
Wow.
No text back.
Wow.
No guest on the show.
Well, Isabel doesn't have a lot of anxiety, so it's probably not a great fit.
I think Isabel's the healthiest one out of all of us in this room.
There's no chance in hell that's true.
I
She can't be near gum.
That's not what she said.
Does that exude health?
Yeah.
Gum is derailing her? I'm like worried about climate change and
Yeah, but I'm worried
people
about all
attacking
that-
me.
Yeah, and I'm worried about all that stuff plus gum.
Yeah, you should be making that case to him.
Like if we're in the apocalypse and like someone's like, I have food and water. I'm like, they're chewing gum. I can't go.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. You should be saying that to him.
should avoid
I know, I'm
rescue.
agreeing with
You're
you.
a mess.
Sorry.
You should avoid rescue. The Navy SEAL was chewing gum.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm good. Now's my time.
No, she's very unhealthy. But Steve might be the healthiest. He doesn't even feel the need to get back to people.
Oh boy.
Giant penis.
Yeah.
Panic Attacking Podcast. It's really fun. And StephenRogersComedy.com has all my dates. I have an album coming out next year, and then Instagram.
Is the recording sold out? Can they go to that?
Oh yeah. It's November 5th and 6th in Jamestown, New York.
Yeah, don't even plug that. He's taping a special in the middle of nowhere. There's no way that both shows are sold out.
It's near Buffalo and New York. Please come for the love of God. All right.
Yeah.
And
Johnny?
Me, Sean Donnelly. Well, first off, I'm hopefully going to be on Mindful Metal Jacket at some point again. I don't know what's happening there, but I
We want you on the movie podcast. You should come on the movie podcast.
Why would you want me on Mindful Metal Jacket? I did a great job on that show.
You're too healthy. You're very healthy.
I don't think that's true, but I don't care really. I am at Shorty Time. That thing is bad. It is. See, I'm fucked up. I do care. That's how fucked up
I'll have you back on. I mean, the show's been on hiatus for 9 months.
Oh, all right.
2 months.
I am at Shawnee Time on Instagram and Twitter, and I have a new show coming out November 1st. It's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to really double down on this. I'm going to brand it like crazy. It's going to be all Donnelly all the time.
Excited. What's it called?
Shawnee Boy.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm excited about this. I'm going to be on that. Hopefully.
You absolutely will be. All you guys.
What's it on? Like you gonna put it out yourself?
Put it on myself on my YouTube.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna actually spend my days giving a shit.
That's great.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It's a vaguely Irish podcast where we're talking about movies and UFOs. Because at this point, who gives a shit? I want to talk what I want to talk about. Everybody's like, you gotta have a hook. I'm like, I don't have a hook.
No
I just want to do my own thing.
You don't need a hook. I hate a hook.
Yeah.
Captain Hook.
I just want to have fun.
I love the movie Hook. When you were kids, did you love that movie?
Hook was so
Steven
good.
Spielberg.
I only saw it a couple times.
Rufio. I got to fart. I always want to fart in the microphone, but it's hard. Maybe you guys will hear it.
Try it.
Oh, it might be a shit.
Oh, I heard it.
It was a little Daisy.
A tiny one.
I'm sorry. You're a woman, and
How's
I
this?
apologize.
You don't need a hook. You just need a hand.
Hey.
Is that something? Is that
It's
something?
not bad. Yeah,
Should
it's
I kill
something.
myself?
No, you're great. You're doing great. Hey, folks. Now.
Hold on, but I have hand. But I have hand.
Oh, and you're
Wait,
gonna
what
need it. What were you gonna add?
I don't know.
We were doing a Seinfeld reference. You ever see Seinfeld?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You never heard of Gumby? You don't know who Alice Cooper is? My father's gay. Hey, folks. Now open Wicked Good Wholesome Furniture. Come in and get wicked good deals on all your name brand furniture at 70% off regular retail prices. We carry Ashley, Catnapper, Nationwide, and more. Furniture for all rooms. Now don't be a wicked pisser and get you a smart ass over here to see us. I could have done that with a better Boston accent. Hold on. Now don't be a wicked pisser and get your smart ass over here to see us. We are just over the Phillipsburg Bridge, located at 316 Town Center Boulevard in Easton, PA. Also, check out the website, wickedgoodfurniture.com, or call us at 610-438-4829. Mention the podcast and get free delivery and setup. We look forward to seeing you All right, folks. Well, this has been a great episode. Can you guys stick around for a little bit? We do a Patreon.
Yes.
You got
Yes,
a little
absolutely.
time? All right, great. One more time for Isabel Hagen. It is Hagen, not Hagen.
It's Hagen.
Hagen, Steve Rogers, and Shawnee Boy Donnelly. Thanks for listening. Bobby will be back next week. Is that right?
Yep.
Robert Kelly will be back next. Robert Patrick Kelly will be back next week. I'm Joe List. Oh, my fucking shit. I didn't plug my own shit. I'm so selfless. That's the thing. I never, you know what I mean? I'm so giving. I will be at, I don't know, Portland, Helium, Chicago, Zanies, and, Providence Comedy Connection, Thanksgiving weekend. Those are all November. Thanksgiving weekend, I'll be at the Providence Comedy Connection. Come on out to that. The weekend before that, Chicago Zanies. The weekend before that, Portland Helium. And I have a podcast called Joe and Ronan Talk Movies with all our pal, Ronan Hirschberg. And, of course, Tuesdays with Stories. And I'm on here a lot, too. So thank you very much. Peace, love, dope. Now get the hell out of here. You know that movie?
Is it Fast Times?
No.
No, what was it?
It's from Field of Dreams.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, we're going to the Patreon. Head over to patreon.com. Sign up for the Patreon.
James Earl Jones says it.
Yes.
Stick around. It's not over yet. This episode of YKWD is continuing now, exclusively on patreon.com/Robert Kelly.
We gotta wrap this thing up. I got spots, and my bladder is about to erupt in my asshole.
Yeah.
I had a big smoothie and a tea and a water and a bunch of jizz, and I'm gonna piss my pants. And but this has been fun, I think. Right?
This has been a blast.
Yeah. Great time.
It's always great to see you guys.
Yeah, I had a really good time.
Yeah, we wish you were in the backyard the other day, but you were traveling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
It is what it is.
All right. Well, out like a lamb. What is it? In like a lion and out like a lamb.
like a lamb.
That's what is that? What month is it? March, does that?
March, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
March on down. Well, this has been the You Know What Dude Patreon. Thanks for subscribing. We love you. We appreciate, or Bob does. We don't get shit, but thanks for listening. We're very grateful. And do we have to read any names or something like that?
No, you're good.
All right, great. All right, dismount.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
Sean
thank
Donnelly,
you.
Steve Rogers, Isabel Hagen. Thanks a lot.
You've been listening to the YKWD podcast. Thanks for listening. Now go back to your shitty jobs. Shitty jobs. Shitty